Hi everyone, I am Dr.R.DEVI, Assistant Professor, Department of History, A.D.M. College for Women, Nagapattinam. Today, we are going to see about the wonders of Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple. Meenakshi Sundareshwara Temple, also known as Meenakshi Amman Tirukkovil, is a historic Hindu temple located on the southern bank of the Vaigai River in the temple city of Madurai. It's dedicated to the goddess Meenakshi Amman, a form of Parvati, and her consort Sundareshwara, a form of Shiva. The temple is at the center of the ancient temple city of Madurai. The west gopuram of the temple is the model based on which the Tamil Nadu state emblem is designed. This temple was built by Pandyan Emperor Sadaivarma Kulasegaran I. He built the main portions of the gopuram at the entrance of the Sundareshwara shrine, and the central portion of the goddess Meenakshi shrine are some of the earliest surviving parts of the temple. Kulasegara Pandya was also a poet, and he composed a poem on Meenakshi named Ambikai Male. Maravarma Sundara Pandya first built a gopuram in 1231, then called Amani Vedaraman, later rebuilt, expanded and named as Sundara Pandya Tirukkovilam, and Chitra Kopuram, also known as Muttalakkum Vayil, was built by Maravarma Sundara Pandya II. This gopuram is named after the frescoes and reliefs that depict secular and religious themes of Hindu culture. Maravarma Sundara Pandya II also added a pillared corridor to the Sundareshwara shrine and the Sundara Pandyan Mandapam. This granite structure was renovated by Kumara Krishnappa after 1595. The temple repaired, renovated and expanded in the 17th century by Tirumala Nayaka. In the early 14th century, the armies of Delhi Sultanate, led by Malik Kafur, plundered the temple, looted it of its valuables, and destroyed the Madurai temple town along with many other temple towns of South India. The contemporary temple is a result of rebuilding efforts started by the Vijayanagara Empire rulers who rebuilt the core and reopened the temple. In the 16th century, the temple complex was further expanded and fortified by the Nayak ruler Vishwanatha Nayak and later others. The restored complex now houses 14 gopurams, has numerous sculpted pillared halls such as Ayirankal Mandapam, Kilikunda Mandapam, Golu Mandapam and Pudu Mandapam. Its shrines are dedicated to Hindu deities and the Saivism scholars with the Vimanas above the Garbhagriha of Meenakshi and Sundareshwara glittered with gold. The temple is a major pilgrimage destination within the Saivism tradition, dedicated to Meenakshi Devi and Shiva. However, the temple includes Vishnu in many narratives, sculptures and rituals, as he is considered to be Meenakshi's brother. This has made this temple and Madurai as a southern Madura, one included in Vaishnava text. The Meenakshi Amman temple also includes Lakshmi, flute playing Krishna, Rukmani, Brahma, Saraswati and other Vedic and Puranic deities, as well as artwork showing narratives from major Hindu texts. The large temple complex is the most prominent landmark in Madurai and attracts tens of thousands of visitors a day. The temple attracts over 1 million pilgrims and the visitors during the annual 10-day Meenakshi Thirukalyanam festival, celebrated with the much festivities and the Radha procession during the Tamil month of Chittire. Location: the Meenakshi Amman temple is located in the heart of historic Madurai city, about a kilometer south of Vaigai River. It's about 460 kilometers southwest of Chennai. The region is believed to have been covered with the Kadamba forest and hence called Kadamba Vanam. Meenakshi is a term meaning fish-eyed, derived from the word Meena, that means fish, and Akshi, that means eyes, which was called later as Meenakshi. She is also known by the Tamil name Angayar Kanni or Angayar Kannammai, literally means the mother with the beautiful fish eyes. The marriage of Meenakshi and Shiva was a grand event with all gods, goddesses, and living beings gathered. Vishnu is believed to be the brother of Meenakshi, giving her away to Shiva at the wedding night. History: the town of Madurai is ancient and mentioned in Sangamira text. These are dated to be from the 1st to 4th century CE. Some early Tamil texts call Madurai as Kudal. Goddess Meenakshi is described as the divine ruler who, along with Shiva, were the primary deities that the southern Tamil kingdoms, such as the Pandya dynasty, revered. In medieval literature and inscriptions, it sometimes referred to as Kadamba Vanam, literally means forest of Kadamba, or Velli Ambalam, literally means silver hall, where Shiva danced. It was described to be the Sangam of scholars, or a place where scholars meet. It's mentioned in the Tamil text Thiruvilayadal Puranam. It's one of the shrines of the 275 Padal Petra Stalam. One legend describes a childless king and a queen performing yajna for a son. They get a daughter who integrates the kingdom, conquers the earth, meets Shiva ultimately, marries him, continues to rule from Madurai, and the temple memorializes those times. Scholars have attempted to determine the history of the temple from inscriptions found in and outside Madurai, as well as comparing the records related to South Indian dynasties. Inventions and destructions. In the north of India, the Indian subcontinent was conquered by the Delhi Sultanate. Muslim armies behind raiding central India for plunder by the late 13th century. Sultan Alauddin Khilji, Muslim general Malik Kafur, and his Delhi Sultanate forces in 1311 went deeper into the Deccan Peninsula for loot and to establish annual tributes to be paid by the Hindu kings. The records left by the court historians of the Delhi Sultanate state that Malik Kafur raided Madurai, Chidambaram, Srirangam, Virthachalam, Rameshwaram, and other sacred temple towns, destroyed the temples, which were sources of gold and jewels. He brought back enormous loot from Varasamutra and the Pandya kingdom to Delhi in 1311. The Islamic invasion in the 14th century, the Tamil Hindus revived these towns, but in some places such as Madurai, it took a long while. After the conquest and the destruction, the Delhi Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq appointed a Muslim governor in Madurai named Jalaluddin Asaf Khan, who was separate from the Delhi Sultanate in 1335 and began the Madurai Sultanate. The Sultanate served tributes from the temple towns instead of supporting them, and on some occasions damaged them heavily and imposed tyranny upon the local people. The Muslim Madurai Sultanate was relatively short-lived, with the Hindu Vijayanagara Empire under Dr.R.DEVI removing it in 1378. According to one poetic legend called Madurai, attributed to Ganga Devi, the wife of the commander Kumara Kampana, she gave him a sword, urged him to liberate Madurai, right the wrongs, and reopen the Meenakshi temple out of its ruins. The Vijayanagara rulers succeeded, cleared, and reopened the temple for active worship. They restored, repaired, and expanded the temple through the 16th century, along with many other regional temples. Rebuilding. The temple was rebuilt by the Hindu Nayak dynasty ruler Vishwanatha Nayak in the 16th and 17th centuries. The Nayak rulers followed the Hindu text on architecture called the Silpa Sastras in redesigning the temple, city plan, and the Meenakshi temple. The city was laid out in the shape of concentric squares and ring roads around them, with radiating streets culminating in the Meenakshi Shankareshwara temple. These streets use traditional Tamil Hindu month names such as Adi, Chittirai, Avanimula, Masi, and others. In each of these months, the Hindus started the tradition of taking the temple bronzes festively through the street of the same name. The temple and the city were once again east facing to the rising Surya. The temple city grew again around the new temple with the human settlements structured as further caste with the royalty, Kshatriyas, and Vaishya merchants living on the southeast side of the temple. The Brahmins in a special quarter close to the temple, while others in other areas and the prince of the city. The king started a procession tradition linked to the temple to link his authority with the divine and maintain the social system. The work completed by Vishwanatha Nayaka in 1560 was substantially expanded to the current structure during the reign of Tirumala Nayaka 1623 to 1655. Tirumala Nayaka, the Hindu king, took considerable interest in erecting many complexes inside the temple. His major contributions are the Vasanta Mandapam for celebrating Vasantotsavam, spring festival, and Kilikunda Mandapam, corridor of parrots. The corridors of the temple tank and Meenakshi Nayakar Mandapam were built by Rani Mangappan. The initiative for some changes to the structure was under the supervision of Aryanatha Mudaliar, the Prime Minister of the Nayak dynasty. During the colonial era, the population around the Meenakshi temple attracted a hub of Christian missionary activity headed by competing missions from Portugal and other parts of Europe. The British rulers first gave endowments to the temple, and the British troops participated in temple festivities to gain socio-political acceptance. Lord Clive, for example, donated jewels looted by the East India Company from Srirangapatnam, but in 1820 they withdrew from the role as temple patrons and participated in temple festivities. The missionaries ridiculed the temple artwork and criticized the temple practices while introducing themselves as Roman Brahmins and Northern Sannyasis. The missionary efforts were largely unsuccessful, with the people continuing to patronize the temple after baptizing. The missionaries wrote back that the Tamils were baptizing but not converting. For they baptize if someone wants a wife who is Christian or medical aid when they have a disease, and material aid if they are poor. After the end of the Nayak, the start of the Madras presidency and the withdrawal of the colonial British from support, the temple condition degraded. In 1959, Tamil Hindus began collecting donations and initiated restoration work in consultation with the engineers, Hindu monasteries, historians, and other scholars. The completed restoration was celebrated with a Kumbhabhishekam in 1995. The temple is sometimes spelled as Meenakshi and the city as Madurai in 7th to early 20th century text. The temple has its traditional version of history that it calls Siva Leela, and 64 of these episodes are painted as murals around the temple walls. These depict the many destructions of Madurai and the temple, then its rise from the ashes and the ruin of the destruction every time. Temple entry agitation. In November 1895, the Nadas of Kamudi petitioned to the Meenakshi Sundareswara temple, which was under Ramnad M. Bhaskar Sethupathiy's trusteeship of the Raj, for permission to hold a ritual feast. Their petition was accepted, but it should be performed without the entry of Nadas into the temple. As anti-Nada coalition was created by Velasamy Saber, the inherited ruler of the vast land under the Raja of Ramnad and the grandfather of the late Uttaramalika Saber. He prohibited the Nadas from asserting their freedom. He ordered the allegiance of the society of Moragar and insisted on a destination between all classes. A group of 15 Nadas belonging to the family of Irulappa Nadar entered the temple in Kamudi in May 1897, performing puja to the chief deity themselves. The Maravars and the Ramnad Zamindar M. Bhaskar Sethupathi objected to it and lodged a complaint against the 15 members of the family of Irulappa Nadar, arguing that they had polluted the temple and requested the payment of Rs 2,500 for purification rituals. The court decided on 20 July 1899 that neither the accused nor any member of the community had the right to enter any part of